Trail Seeker Adventures loads up the mountain bikes and heads up Interstate 68 to Cooper's Rock, just outside of Morgantown, West Virginia, for the West Virginia Mountain Bike Association, the Henry Clay 30K mountain bike race. This also will be a West Virginia State Championship race. Not exactly sure what that means, but many came to tackle the rocks, the ruts, the hills, and the creeks here at the Cooper's Rock State Park. It's definitely a family event. Both Heidi and I are here to race the e-bike Cat 2 class. She will obviously be in the female class, and I will be in the males class.
Not here, we're all gonna roll over together to the start at about 10 till. When we do that, we'll go out the road here.
We get our final instructions at the riders meeting. They did mention slick bridges. That will come up to bite me for not listening. Good luck, guys. Alright, I'm going to get you pretty much to full race. I'm going to skip a little bit of the boring uphill climbs, but make sure you stay till the end. As you already seen, I went swimming during a mountain bike race. That is not usually a good thing, but I had a heck of a battle clear to the finish. Start out here on the main road. Larry Hawk is on my left. Bob Martin was on my right. I wanted to get in the woods in the best spot that I could. I cranked it hard as I could. The front row was the Cat 1 class. I'm running the Cat 2 class. At this point, I am first in the Cat 2 class. Hoping to keep it that way as much as possible. Cooper's Rocks, as in the name, is very rocky. I don't mind the rocks. It's definitely something you want to prepare your air pressure, your suspension for this race, knowing it's going to be a rocky. And it has some very long uphill pedals. You would think with an e-bike that shouldn't be an issue. But we still pedal pretty hard to try to get up those hills as fast as possible. Slowly getting a little bit better, a little bit faster I should say, on the uphill pedals. No, not paddles. Even though I do go swimming, I'm not in a boat today. Most of the bridges has handrails, but we will find a few today that doesn't. If you ever visit Cooper's Rocks, there is what they call the clay furnace. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know about these trails down here until last year, which was the first time I raced a mountain bike at this park. And they have so many awesome trails that I wasn't even aware of here at Cooper's Rocks. Just look for the clay furnace, and you will find a lot of trails that you may not know are at this state park. I'm trying to find my way around this young man. He's basically telling me no, there's nowhere to pass. I'm gonna have to be patient. And that's something I don't have a lot of, and usually it gets me in trouble. It does give me an opportunity here to get around him. And that's my good friend B. Thorne right in front of me. I'm going to skip a little bit of this uphill climbing. And if you hear a train clunking, it's not a train, it's my Giant. My e-bike. I was out on a trail, I did a pedal strike on a rock, and ever since then this motor's been knocking. I'm keeping my fingers crossed to hope I can make it to the finish line. Joey's bike shop is going to send my motor in for repair. Unfortunately, I had to chance it here at this race. Believe it or not, it does make it to the finish. Spoiler alert. Now this is a pretty fun downhill. It's not super steep. With GoPros, you can't really tell how steep some of the trails are, but it is very rocky and rooty. In case you're not an e-bike rider, they do have a 20-mile-an-hour shut off. And basically what that does, it does not allow the motor to assist you past 20 mile an hour. And sometimes I'm surprised when the 20 mile an hour is shutting you off. Like coming down through here, it was shutting off, and I just couldn't imagine us coming down through here 20 mile an hour across these rocks, bridges.
Go ahead, next one.
I let B know that I was behind him. We're good friends. We race against each other quite a bit. He knows that I will return the favor. He is faster than me up hills. I'm just kind of dumb on the downhills. What a fun trail. Last year it was wet, muddy, which it's a little wet and muddy this year, but last year it was cold, wet. And my glasses fogged up so bad going up the hill, and then I couldn't see to go down the hill. So I was pretty slow last year. If you're in the West Virginia area and you want to do a mountain bike race, make sure you check out West Virginia Mountain Bike Association. Check out their site and also on Facebook. And also, if you've not seen one of our videos, we are Trail Seeker Adventures. We get the camera out on the trail so you can see what the trail is all about before you even get off the couch and load up your bike. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. We don't only do mountain bikes, we do our hikes, motorcycle races, four-wheeler races. If we're on the trail, we think you're interested or would be interested in bringing your family or friends out on the trail, such as Hatfield McCoy's. We've been at V Hollow in Tennessee, Croom Motorcycle Park in Florida. We have been out in Idaho riding dirt bikes on the awesome trails. You name it, just pick your category at YouTube and check us out. So straight ahead of us is the Iron Furnace. We're going to be going down around to the front of the Iron Furnace and cross the creek. Our good friend Gunner wrecked at the last race. He broke his collarbone. He is helping at least me out.
Go right!
That's Gunner there on the left. He's telling everybody to go to the right, but really the line is where I went was on the left. But what everybody didn't understand, it was his right, not our right, that he was telling us to go. So that kind of got people jumbled up there a little bit. And I'm guessing Alan Hawk, which is Barry Hawk's son, is in front of me right there. So I would say he must have got a little messed up there in the creek, because I normally don't see him out on the trail. He's usually leading the front of the pack. Larry Hawk is a multi-champion GNCC, both four-wheelers and motorcycle, back in the mid-2000s. Enjoyed watching him race back in the years that I was racing dirt bikes when I first started. But he is right behind me. pedal my little heart out to try to stay in front of him. So we're basically at the bottom of the Cooper's Rock State Park, and now we're going to be pedaling back up to the top of the mountain, and this is where I'm concerned about my bike locking up. I want to skip ahead of a lot of this climbing. Basically, it's just my bike knocking and me breathing. This is the Power Line Trail, in case you're wondering where we're at. That is at the bottom of it. This is a little switchback about halfway up the hill.
Come on, B.
So as I was saying, out there at the switchback, you can get a good idea of where your competition is. I seen B was catching me. I seen Barry was right behind him. I was looking back to make sure I wasn't holding B up, and somehow I ran off the course a little bit, and just by chance a stick ran through my back spoke, and I had to stop and pull the bike off the stick, get it set, and I'm already breathing, as you can hear right there. I just looked back and off the course. Stick ran through my spokes.
I looked back to see where you were.
I think B's making
Ran
fun
off the
of
trail.
me.
Where's your left foot? I'm trying. Didn't need that.
And they say e-bikes are for lazy people. I'm not that lazy, but I'm definitely breathing hard. I was surprised that Barry didn't get around me there. My goal is to try to keep him behind me as long as possible. I really didn't expect that he was going to stay back there very long. Obviously, he's a fit young man. But I'm going to pipe down a little bit. Basically got the whole race. As you've seen, I skipped some of the long climbs unless there was some action going on, and then there's a long downhill through a sloppy road,
I'm trying,
which
brother.
was non-eventful, thank goodness. And then once
I'll go now.
I get over ready to start our second lap, or right before that is where I fall off the bridge. And then I thought I was done for, the battle with Barry, but somehow I caught up with him, got around him, he got back around me, and we battled clear to the finish. Make sure you stay there, and I hope you enjoy watching these videos. Just like getting you all out on the track. I try to get as much of the trail as possible in case you had an incident during the race, you want to show your family or friends what the trail looks like, a certain spot here or there. But it is a long video, but leave a message in the messages if you prefer me to cut it down, or if it's beneficial to see the whole course. But thank you so much for watching. I'll let you watch the rest of it without me jabbering. I'll catch up with you at the end of the race.
Things are so hot.
there's many classes that races the West Virginia Mountain Bike Association. We're coming up to one of the first intersections. If you're an amateur, at the top of this hill, you will be going left, going back up to the parking lot. And that is where we will be going on our second lap. So we turn right here, we go do a separate loop. We'll come back up what you just saw, which was the Powerline Trail. And then when we get back to this pond, we'll make a left and then head back up to the finish. There is also a pro loop, which will go through Rock City. If you're familiar with Cooper's Rocks at all, one of the best trails out there is Rock City. They have to go through that a few times. So depends on what class you sign up for, you will have a different race course. We run the sport loop, which is usually about 15 miles, 16 miles. The amateurs, I think, are around like 10 miles, and then, or less. And then I think the pros usually run around 18 to 19 miles. And pros are non-e-bike, and it's your regular analog bike. We run about an hour on the e-bikes, sometimes a little more. And usually by the end of an hour, where the batteries are pretty much dead, depending on the size of the battery. We're getting up here. If we would stay straight, we would be right straight into the beginning of the camping area, going back into the Cooper's Rocks Park. Turn right and head down this long sloppy road, and then this is where we run into the wall. With an e-bike, it's tough. I couldn't imagine climbing the wall with a non-e-bike. I figure there's a lot of pushing going on.
Good racing.
As we make this turn, this will be what they call the wall trail, and you can't see how steep it is, but this is one of the steepest climbs of the race.
Go ahead, brother.
This trail, I believe, is called the Rhododendron Trail. It's not too far from the picnic area at the Cooper's Rocks main overlook area. Go down here and turn left.
Hey, brother.
I know, right? Can you not believe this bike is still trucking along? But now we're back up pretty much to the top of Cooper's Rocks. To the left here is where the pros will be going out to Rock
Thanks,
City.
brother.
We are going to go straight. We don't go through Rock City. And basically now it's pretty much full downhill send until we are back down to the Iron Furnace. Then we start our second lap. I know Barry Hawk is right on my tail. I'm going to run this, basically a ditch. It's a trail, but basically going down a rough ditch. I was going to run this as hard as I could, try to get some gap, because I knew I was going to be slow going from the Iron Furnace all the way back up to the parking lot where the finish, where we started. And I tried to get a gap. Well, needless to say, once I got down to the bottom of the hill, he was right on my tail. So obviously this guy knows how to ride two wheels. Well, man, I love this trail. It's so fun. It's a little trashy. It's got some sticks and stuff, but West Virginia Mountain Bike Association and the volunteers did an awesome job cleaning this trail out. As you can see, a lot of water runs down through here. Just a week or so ago, we came out and pre-rode the course, which you can do. It was a lot worse than it is today. What fun. Check it out. So I hear Barry directly behind me. This is a little uphill, but man, is it a rough uphill. And the best thing to do on this trail is to keep your momentum to help carry you up over these rocks. I was expecting him to go around me at any moment, but I didn't see him, but I did hear him. But this leads right into the bridge. Can't talk about it without studying the bridge incident. Before we raced, we had a riders meeting, and he said, if you want to take a chance on the bridges, that's your risk, but he would suggest you push across the bridges. I've never really had a lot of problems with bridges and falling off of them. I know somebody else has, but you'll see that, yeah, it is very slick, and I ended up soaking wet. So we're coming down to the area where the bridge is, and right there in this turn, I was trying to pass B one time, right there on the left, went down through the brush, hit a tree, and broke a couple ribs. I seen Starkey was having issues. I should have known.
I did
Be
a
careful.
hawk. Yeah.
Barry, of course, is asking me if I'm okay. And as far as I did a Barry hawk, I'll explain that here in a minute. It's so steep on the other side, I couldn't get the bike up out. I decided to walk the bike, listen to instructions from Grant, walk the bike across the bridge. I'm sure those guys saw me, rooting me on, felt sorry for me. But basically, Barry Hawk is obviously a multi-time champion at the GNCC. One year when he was racing his dirt bike at Silver Creek, I believe it's North Carolina, he did the same thing. Basically came over the bridge, slid off, but he wasn't able to get his bike back up and going down the trail as quick as I did. This is a famous picture that everybody probably has seen if you've been a Barry Hawk fan or a GNCC fan. But at that point, I basically said, okay, that battle is over. Let's just get this knocking thing to the finish line and just count ourselves lucky. The bars are crooked now. I was going to stop and try to straighten them against a tree, but I've had
freshen me
bent
up a little
bars
bit
before. They're not really bent, it's just twisted. Coming up, Joey, I see had a bad day. He broke a rim. You never see Joey stand along the trail,
went off the bridge.
rooting people on. But right here is where we start our second lap, just out of the creek from the steel furnace. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Telling myself just to focus and get myself through the finish line. But right here at the switchback, going up the power line trail, I saw a red jersey. I'm like, could it be? Am I catching him? And sure enough, there he is. This is exactly the spot where I ran off the trail at the beginning. I catch up to him, but we are also catching the amateur non-e-bike class. So we want to be careful. We don't want to mess their race up. Barry looks back. He sees me. I think he has a date. He's looking at his watch.
I think I could help me out.
Probably didn't think he was going to see me again. Mandy,
Good job.
Joey's bike shop, helping little ones get to the finish line. They had a good battle with their kids. Here I run onto a lapper. For some dumb reason I thought the left was the best way to go. Barry found out the right line was the best way to go. And now the race is on. Now is when the hot lines will be found. Beating down brush, jumping over logs. About hit a stump.
Yeah, that's a battle.
Now we have a battle. I'm coming down through here and I hit a tree right in this area. The one that's leaning over. Never even seen it. I have no idea. I must have been so focused on looking for other lines.
Oh my goodness.
I'm doing my best to lose this
Where'd that
race.
come from?
This is one of the steep hills on the power
Good job,
line.
guys.
The young riders are doing awesome. So good to see so many kids out here ripping up the course. Starting to see Barry again.
On your right, on your right. Thank you. Yeah, it's good.
That's good?
Yeah, thank you.
Everybody was great as far as coming up.
On your left.
This young man wanted to make sure he was in a good spot, which he was. We're coming into the pond again. We went right last time for our first lap. Now we're going to go left. And from here it's basically a climb up to the parking lot, which is where the finish line is.
Hi, hi.
You're like a mosquito, just keep blowing up.
I know, keep falling down.
I had no idea where that line came from. From racing dirt bikes all these years, you kind of find these little hot lines here and there. But after that is basically all I had, straight to the parking lot or to the finish line. My friend Craig raced against, well, we both raced against Barry in the first race of the year at Little Moe's. And Craig got Barry hawked at the very last turn. Barry came in on the tight on the left. And it was a straightaway at the last minute, got the second place
On your left.
out from underneath my
Thank
friend
you.
Craig. And we're coming down through here, getting through some lappers, and then there's one climb up to the finish line. And I swore I heard somebody behind me the whole way. And here it must have been my gravel from my own bike. But I gave it from here all the way up, all I could. Get up to the road, look back, and Barry's not there. He's not too far back, but I knew I was far enough to where I didn't have to worry about him doing a Barry hawk on me going into the finish. But I had an awesome time. Barry's a very cool guy.
Thank you.
Loved getting to talk to him. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm just going to let you run it on, watch me run it on into the finish. I also want to thank all the volunteers that was out here helping make this race possible. And everybody that was out here cheering us on. Look back right there. I think I looked back 2 or 3 other times just because of the incident that Craig got from Barry. I knew he's a racer. He wants to win. But this race doesn't get put on without all the help from the volunteers. Thank you guys so much. I ended up winning my race. My good friend Bob got 3rd behind Barry. My wife won her race. Wojo, he got, I believe, 3rd in the Clydesdale race. We both Heidi and I got the state championship. Not sure for sure what that is. Bob got second in the state championship. But once again, thank you so much for watching.
that was a
Make
tough
sure
one.
you like and subscribe.
Thank you.
And we'll see you out on the trail.
That was a tough one,
That
man.
last hill, I didn't have nothing for you. How'd you do?
Third. Did you? Yeah,
You hit that bridge, paddled.
but I think it woke me up a little bit. I thought I'm never gonna catch him. Yeah, baby!
In third place, Bob Martin. Second place, Barry Hawk. And first place, Penny Hawkins. Hands up.
How'd you get across that bridge down at the bottom? I fell off of it.
Well, I was going to walk across it and then I dropped my bike in it.
In the tree?
Yeah, so I was picking it up, walking across the bridge.
I fell.
And then got at the thing, I almost took the wrong turn. I took the wrong turn. I was putting my glasses in my pocket.
Down
And he was
to,
like, no! And I was like, crap!
where was, like going across the creek?
The first, no, the second time.
Oh, okay.
And I saw a big black snake and I was thinking my brakes about to die.
Good job. That should be first, right?
I mean, there was,
I think I lapped.
everybody was telling me there was